So Yooka-Laylee is all over the place, but what is it exactly and why is it being made? Cause it's awesome! For the people who don't know, don't worry, I got you covered. Welcome to HMK, and this is What is Yooka-Laylee? So what exactly is Yooka-Laylee? Yooka-Laylee is a project being developed by Playtonic Games and being funded by Kickstarter, which it's totally killing in, by the way. Yooka-Laylee is described as a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. It's gonna be a rare revival of the platforming buddy duo genre of game. But why are they making it exactly? What is the need for Yooka-Laylee? Well, I'll tell you why. Rare fucked up Banjo-Kazooie. Let me explain the story to you. Back in the good old days of the N64 era, there was a game called Banjo-Kazooie which broke tremendous ground and got accolades all over the place, and even spawned off a sequel, Banjo-Tooie, and another sequel called Banjo-Pilot, and yet another sequel called Banjo-Kazooie Gratunda's Revenge. Yeah, the game did so well, it got a huge cult following from fans, and Banjo-Kazooie aimed to be one of those big platforming monstrosities that could even combat the likeness of Super Mario. However, in 2002, Rare, which was a second-party developer for Nintendo, was bought out by Microsoft 100%, turning it into a first-party developer for Microsoft. And because of that, such IPs like Banjo-Kazooie and Conquer ended up being owned by Microsoft. But that wasn't really a big deal at the time. Everyone thought they could count on Microsoft to continue the greatness of Banjo-Kazooie, and even thought that Banjo 3 was on the way thanks to this little teaser that was brought at some sort of event that I don't really remember. Unfortunately, this never came to be. Instead, what we got was Banjo-Kazooie, nuts, and frickin' bolt. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't really a bad game. It just wasn't a Banjo-Kazooie game. It didn't live up to Banjo-Kazooie standards. Hell, it wasn't even a platformer. They try to justify it by saying you're able to build carts and there's like 2% platforming in the game, so that should appease fans of the older generation. But all in all, it wasn't a Banjo-Kazooie game and it did not impress. Well, like, any. After Nuts and Bolts, people still had hopes that Banjo-Kazooie would return in their old ways, with Banjo 3 or even Banjo-Kazooie 3. It didn't even have to be a continuation. We just want Banjo-Kazooie go back to their platforming roots. Yet, we still didn't get that. There was an obvious madness going on with the Rare company at the time, and a lot of the original Rare developers who created Banjo-Kazooie and helped on those projects eventually defected from Rare and decided to go their own separate ways, developing other projects on their own. One of those notable people is Grant Kirkhope, who is the sound editor and music developer for Banjo-Kazooie. He did a lot of the sound work and a lot of the voices when it comes to the NPCs of the game, and composed the amazing soundtracks you hear on Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Grant Kirkhope first publicly proposed the idea of a Banjo-Kazooie spiritual successor for the Wii U on an episode of Game Grumps, notably their Guest Grumps episode back when JonTron and Eager Raptor were still working together. With this news, everyone was hyped, including me, for the prospect of a Banjo-Kazooie spiritual successor, yet we didn't really see it come to fruition for a couple of years. During those years, the old Rare buddies decided to band together and create a studio called Playtonic Games. And now we finally get the fruit of their first project, which is Yooka-Laylee. So in short, think of Yooka-Laylee in the same boat as Mighty No. 9 with Keiji Afune, who wanted to create a Mega Man spiritual successor after he defected from Capcom and create Concept. It's basically the same thing, although Yooka-Laylee is killing it harder in the Kickstarter. Speaking of the Kickstarter, that thing has already gained over £1 million. That is a lot of money. And they're able to do that in under 24 hours. They're able to hit their first goal of £175,000 in less than an hour. 40 minutes to be exact. All of this proves that Microsoft's statement saying that no one really wants Banjo-Kazooie back in a platforming status is total bullshit, because we want this game. So if you want to know who's really behind the masterpiece that will be Yooka-Laylee, here are a few names that I'm going to drop. The likes of Steve Mayles, Chris Sutherland, Gavin Price, Jens Restmeyer, Stephen Hertz, Mark Stevenson, Andy Robinson, and Grant Kirkhope. These were the minds who put together Banjo-Kazooie back in the day. Well, except for Andy Robinson, he wasn't really part of it back in the day, but everyone else was. So with these guys backing up Yooka-Laylee, you can expect that this game is gonna be great, because Banjo-Kazooie was polished, fun, vibrant, and just a great game in general, and I can expect that much from Yooka-Laylee. Yooka-Laylee features two protagonists, in the same vein as Banjo-Kazooie, Yooka and Laylee. Yooka-Laylee. Yooka is the male green chameleon, and Laylee is the purple female bat. Together they're going to perform similar moves that Banjo-Kazooie did in their platforming days, along with some new additions. Some descriptions say that Yooka is going to be able to use his tongue to get to various points of the game and be able to use it to stick to certain surfaces. While Laylee, being a bat, is going to be able to perform sonic waves or sonic shouts or sonar, because that's what bats do, right? With the way the Kickstarter is going now, Playtonic Games say they aim to release this game by October of 2016. And since they got over £1 million, they have to release all the versions day one. Among the versions are Mac, Windows, Linux, Wii U, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So you really have no excuse not to pick up this game. Though they reach over £1 million in less than 24 hours, they have a long time to go still before the Kickstarter is over. If you want to know when the Kickstarter is over, here's a little hint that they did. It's gonna end the day E3 starts. So hopefully we'll get something big at E3 from Playtonic Games. Yooka-Laylee aims to please all those people who are fans of Banjo-Kazooie, me included. So I'm really hyped for the prospects of this game. If you want to support this game on Kickstarter, there's gonna be a link in the description box below. So go on and give them your money. I hope this explained what Yooka-Laylee is, their backstory, how it came to be, and what will it eventually be. For everything on Yooka-Laylee, keep it on HMK, because I'm going to be following this game like a tick follows dogs. So, until the next video about Yooka-Laylee, stay hyped, and I'll check you guys later.